Mike Perlack here to entertain you folks with the help of Halsey, the one who was on Saturday Night Live 2 weeks ago.
Looking for my salvation.
Aren't we all? Well, I suppose for some it is a lifelong battle or search. At the State of the Union address is less than an hour away, but I had to get one out there. It's been a while. I'm actually contemplating just hitting record every night and just doing short affirmations. I did want to address something on this video I'm making now in regards to an accusation I received from someone on my video of apology and reflection. I have no idea who the person is. I only know them by their channel name, Tickety Boo. Anyways, they accused me of being a closet homosexual. Well, Tickety Boo, if you're watching this video, just because a sexually healthy man has no desire to empty the contents of his testicles inside of an aging, has-been female feminist, whose body's long since stopped producing healthy eggs to fertilize, just because a man does not have that desire, does not make him gay. Frankly, you really should come to terms, Tickety Boo, with your own sexuality before you start making accusations about other people's on social medias. That I have no way of knowing who this Tickety Boo person is. I did go on their channel, and to my disappointment, no original content. No original content at all. I was disappointed. One subscriber. Well, two now. I figured I subscribe. I figured throw the poor sap a bone. But I really have no idea who the person is. My best guess, maybe two best guesses would be maybe it's a homosexual man who is hopeful in his accusation. Wouldn't be the first time in my life I'd had a homosexual come on to me. Jeez, get away from me. Gross. If I had more personal self-worth as a human being when I was 19, let's just say I could probably have brought up legitimate charges against someone, like a homosexual who was coming on to me. But unfortunately for them and unfortunately for me, at that time in my life, I didn't really have a whole lot of personal self-worth. My father, when I was a child, reminded me how much I was human garbage. And then after the authorities took us away from him, the state took over. Now, your father was wrong, except he was right about one thing. You're white, you're male, and you're heterosexual. That means you are human garbage. I didn't know my government was going to take over in enforcing that belief on me. The other possibility is this Tickety Boo person could be a bitter, aging female feminist who has not come to terms with their own choices in life. And in their bitterness, chose to make accusations against me. Now, little did I know that my government would take over in enforcing that, instilling that belief in me. Your father was right about one thing. You are human garbage. After all, you are male, you are white, and you are heterosexual. That means your hopes and dreams are second to non-white, non-male, and non-heterosexuals. Well, if we, the loser, pervert, pansy, pathetic people, think I need help, let the snowflakes pay for it. I'm pissed off, but I'm fine. I've lived so long in this freaking emasculated society that I never knew. I always felt I had to hide but I never knew I had this inside me because of this society that I was unfortunately brought up in. But I know now that I am naturally an alpha. All my life, something is wrong. Something is not right with this world. This world is not right. I'm virtually living on rotisserie chicken. I always make it a point to get the meat closest to the heart of the animal. Even those two little pieces inside of rotisserie chicken, you had to kind of like scoop out with your thumb. But that's the problem with our overly feminist society. It's all about shaming the masculine and rising up the feminine. Pathetic. Yeah, in this society that we live in, everything feminine is flattered, formed, and functionally progressive. Everything masculine is shunned, shamed, and shut down. That's why most of my life, if anything, tickety-boo, I was a closet heterosexual. A recent phrase in a program from church made me figure out a term for the abuse that feminism has played in my life. The phrase is "through the silence of the trapped," and I can honestly say, intellectually, I was trapped. I am now convinced that's what this feminist society did to me. It trapped me intellectually. But there is a part of me that feels bad for modern females. Not enough to assume responsibility and share my life and resources with any one of them, especially if they're an aging feminist. But still, I do feel bad. I mean, feminism has so thoroughly raped their minds that most, probably will never find fulfillment in their life. Well, made your bed, ladies. Now you can lay in it. But I don't just bitch about problems on this channel. I offer up solutions. For example, we could combine the problem of the homeless animals and all the up-and-coming aging homeless feminists. We could make a shelter. I'll donate to the shelter. They could all live in the shelter. These lonely aging female feminists can take care of these stray cats and dogs. All these washed up party girls, the type, who, constantly bitching about, there's no good men in the world. Well, if you have a shelter for the homeless, aging feminists and these homeless dogs and cats, they can finally give in to their maternal instincts, the very instincts that modern feminism has forced them to suppress in their fertile youth. Now they can use those urges to take care of these dogs and cats. See? I don't just bitch about problems, I offer up solutions. You think about it, it's a perfect solution to two social problems. They can spend all their days talking about how evil men are and how no real man ever manned up and yielded to her golden... The animals don't care. They don't understand human lingo. Lucky them. I've come to the point too where it's hard. I don't feel sorry for single moms anymore. The government's got their back. Big Brother has got their back. You as a man, you have no rights. You have no rights for anything, especially a white male, heterosexual. If you are white, male, and heterosexual, your government could not care less for your well-being. Being one of those things, white, male, and heterosexual, is bad enough. But if you're all three, forget it. Your government couldn't care less about you. And even if you can't petition your government for grievances, but even if you could, as a real man, you don't want to. You don't want the government involved in your life. That's the nature of being a real flunking alpha male. You don't want the government in your life. I told my dad recently that I'm voting for Trump in part in hopes that he'd disown me. No such luck. I just had to listen to him rant and rave like a little whiny person. But then, that's how the feminist agenda programs the male feminist brain. So, of course, he's going to respond like all. That's how the A feminist agenda has programmed the male feminist brain. The only thing I have to say of that is thank you for saving me from a similar fate. You know, the reason I talk about my father the way I do, and I think God in his wisdom made my father such a joke for a reason. Because I think God in God's wisdom knew it was crucial to my intellectual survival. If he hadn't been such a freaking... My earthly father, to me, is the physical embodiment to the punt of a joke in life. That's why I talk about him the way I do. So I know my heavenly father has a sense of humor, even if for those 6 years in childhood I might have seemed pretty sick to me. But then I count my blessings, and I count the blessings I do enjoy, and remind myself that I don't know what the Almighty's master plan is. Now, when he was over visiting for my New Year's Eve party, luckily for me, the boy can't drive at night, so he had to leave early. He's going on and on as usual. I don't understand this, and I don't understand that. It's like, don't look at me. I ain't your papa. If anything, technically, you're mine. But I chose the Christian route and have consciously chosen to let bygones be bygones with that. But it's no wonder to me that the boy's always talking about the good old days and how everything was so much better back when I was a kid and back when I was growing up and there was segregation and it was so beautiful according to him. Like it's no, but you know, I guess it is understandable to a degree why he would long for those days that were much, much more easier for him. For example, once upon a time, if he needed a little extra cash back in the day, all he had to do was go over to his Uncle Wally's house and make arrangements to massage his scrotum for him. Voila, cash in the boy's pocket. He'd be like, Uncle Wally, I need $20. What can I do to earn $20? Well, Paulie, let's see, $20 at $1 per 3 minutes. That equals 1 hour of scrotal masseuse. And Paulie just be like, oh, Uncle. And when the hour was up and done, he'd be like, now you sure you don't need $40? And my father, little Paulie, would be like, no, I gotta go, Uncle Wally, but I'll need $20 again tomorrow, so I'll be back. I'll be here, little Paulie, with bells on. Now you know why I talk about my father like this. Anybody out there who would view this as me as the villain because I'm picking on my father like that? Well, if that's true, I can only conclude that mine and my two sisters' our 6 years of suffrage doesn't matter. And on this plane of existence, and Pat Benatar, I guess, was right. Hell is, in fact, for children. Now, with the State of the Union less than 20 minutes away, I guess I got to get a little political on here. So I've concluded that Big Brother, the government, is not interested in a system where the average man can earn a salary that enables him to pay a mortgage and support a family. That goes against big government. And for you kids out there still wondering how it is Hillary Clinton is not president of the United States, Let me clue you in. Hillary Clinton honestly believes that she can hold a political position of power, collect that salary, which is for life. They get that salary for life. Do you know of a job where you get paid for life? I don't. But they get this salary for life for a reason. Because we, the good people of the country, assume that them as the political leader will always make the hard decisions and assume accountability if their decision goes sour. Hillary Clinton honestly believes that she is not accountable for the lost lives of American soldiers. That is why she is not president of the United States. Thank God. I was an idiot still back then, so I did vote for her. But I can honestly say, at least I wasn't one of these crying, bawling morons when she lost. My gut reaction, at the time, I guess, was more like, well, okay, this should be interesting. It was as simple as that. And now, kids, you know why Hillary Clinton is not president of the United States. Well, after all that, the only thing to do now, I guess, is end on a prayer. I know. It's recently we were talking about some stuff and something. The whole thing about what makes why God makes humans wait. And well, I can answer that question because in God's wisdom, it is known by God that the very nature of human beings is to only squander and waste that which comes easy. That's why you humans gotta wait. In coordinates with Christian philosophy, I'm even gonna pray for Tickety Boo, whoever they are. Hope they find, their hopes and dreams. Hope they find it in coordinates with the Almighty's will. That doesn't mean I'm not going to refrain from making fun of Tickety Boo when the opportunity knocks. But then my creator knows that about me. Matter of fact, I'll pray for all those who would see fit to create a YouTube channel for the sole purpose of talking smack about real content creators. The fact that they do it is just only testament to how troubled they themselves are. On this plane, I don't have enough resources at my disposal to make my life more interesting. All I have is this. Got to end on some sort of comical note. So here's a impersonation of Chewbacca struggling on the turlet. He's probably constipated over those last couple of Star Wars movies. Here's a little more from Halsey's Manic, new album Manic. It's apparently, like me, she's still learning to love myself. Yeah, me too. But since I've become red pill, seems like the more red pills I swallow, the easier loving myself becomes. Thanks for watching. I'm really gonna make an effort to post more videos, even if I do like a daily affirmation thing or just talk smack and